Alright, so today we're going to be talking about the Feudal Pyramid. You could also call this the social hierarchy of society in the Middle Ages, or basically a way society was organized. First off, what is a hierarchy? A hierarchy essentially displays the levels or ranks of people in a region. Each level has more power than groups below them, and less power than groups above them. If you think of a pyramid, it has multiple steps or levels. Each of those levels in this pyramid will represent a different group of people and shows their rank in society. Something else we need to talk about is what is feudalism? Feudalism was a system of mutual agreements of protection. So essentially people were united under this and either traded military or land for goods and services and things like that. Let's take a look. So here's a really basic pyramid showing you what feudalism looked like in Europe. So you can see at the top would be the king. Obviously he's going to technically own all the land and have the most power in the area. Beneath the king would have been nobles, beneath nobles were knights, and beneath knights were peasants. How does it work? Through feudal agreements, kings or other nobles granted land in exchange for economic and military support. So like I said, the king technically owned the land, but he would give it away, and in return get economic and military support and goods. Control. Each level is ruled by the level above it. So here the nobles are ruled by the king, the knights are ruled by the nobles, and the peasants are ruled by the knights. This pyramid will really be a nice way to show how the goods and services are exchanged. So here's the king. So he technically owns all the land. So what he's going to do is give his land to the nobility. The nobles then in exchange will give money and knights or soldiers to the king. They don't just keep that land that the king gave them. They keep some for themselves and grant some, it's called a fief, to knights. These are vassals of the nobles. So these knights take this land and in return for it provide protection and military service to the nobles. And again here, the knights aren't going to keep all the land for themselves, they're going to break it up and give some land and protection to the peasants, and in exchange for that, the peasants will give food and services to the knights. So finally, just a quick overview. Feudalism was a way for communities to band together during turbulent times. You need to remember that the Middle Ages were full of invasions by the Vikings, there were a lot of diseases, poverty, and just a lack of literacy. That's why it's also called the Dark Ages. Feudalism is also going to sponsor mutual protection and benefits. People give things up, but they get things in return. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions or anything, you can always ask me in class or comment below. Thanks.